Growing up, my dad was quite a hard man. He was a classic man in the sense that he didn't really talk about how he felt, wasn't very affectionate, drank a lot, played rugby, and he was just hard. So him and I never really got along. My dad fell ill. He got meningitis, and that eventually led to him having a stroke. He couldn't remember people's names. There was a point where he could barely speak. He became a shell of who he was. I mean, we almost lost him. Like, I almost lost my dad. And I was also nursing a broken heart, a failed relationship, failed engagement. My family life was in ruins. So was my dreams of being a married man. And yet, despite all of that, I had this deep hope. And I can only put that down to God. I called my dad. He pretty much told me that he wanted to end his life. I knew I needed to keep him talking. And as he kept talking, I turned around and started driving to his house. He opened the door and I just hugged him. And I didn't let go. There was a point where he tried to push me away, but I knew I needed to hold him. I knew I needed him to know that I love him. He hadn't felt that light in a long time, and he laughed. And he said, "Son, I haven't heard my laugh in a long time." There is a bond and a relationship that I never imagined I would ever have with my dad now.
Savor all the unique flavor that colors the palette of your memory. The aroma of history that fills space and time with your existence. Take stock of who you are.
I was invited to my first spoken word gig when I was 27, and I just started doing a poem. And I didn't realize something beautiful could come out of something really raw.
Now, if you've got a set of functioning lungs, then embrace every single breath of air you have, because there'll be days that it won't be so easy to do so. Life will have you gasping and grasping for deep breaths sometimes. When worlds fall apart, they land on our chests and our shoulders. So measure your life by how many times something is breathtaking and take it all in. Take stock of who you are. Kill it.
I was speaking in church one day, talking about my lessons I had learnt from that dark period in my life. And little did I know that this gorgeous blonde girl would be sitting in church. At the end of my little sermon, she came up to me, and that's how we met. We dated for 6 months, and then we got married 6 months later. She is the light to the midnight that I had experienced. God's not afraid of my suffering or pain or heartache. In fact, sometimes He's found in the midst of it. God is never too far from you. Love and hope is never too far from you.